going on, everybody? So today I have a client coming in all the way from Florida. Shoulder messed up. He's texting me, showing me pictures, which I will show you what he sent me, so what I have to work with. He'll be right there. Boom. So obviously he did give me a little bit of information of what's going on. He says he's willing to fly all the way to Las Vegas, here to the Dragon's Lair gym, just to get treatment from the torch room guys. So what are we gonna do? Can we fix his shoulder? We don't know how bad it is, but coming in today. Take your shirt off. Let's see what's going on here.
I didn't know what foreign language you were telling me about, so.
Yeah.
So it's like when I do the front relax pose, it's.
See, and this is what we see. This is what he notices too. Get to that front relax pose.
Let me do it again. I've been sitting all day.
Yeah, I get it, man. This is all seized up, and this is going out. So this is really tight. This is really flaring out. And when he was in here, we had to do a couple poses. I wanted to see what he looked like in his front relaxed position, his front double biceps, things like that. I just noticed so many things, like with the rib cage being flared out, a little bit of the vertebrae being twisted a little bit. So even this rib cage is flared out, which means there's stress on the lumbar vertebrae. Okay. So, I mean, damn, those are good biceps, bro. I need to hit the gym more. You know, I need to fucking hit the gym more.
It's tougher when you're over 50 too.
Yeah, trust me. I'm right behind you, bro. If anybody doesn't know, I'm almost 50. Working on him, we started face up. And I started on the chest. And something I don't do normally, because I love to use cross fiber friction to get the integrity of the muscle tissue. Within a few seconds after palpating the pec, the shoulder, the bicep, I went straight into scraping, and I used the metal scraper. And it's not something I normally do right away, but given his age, because he is a little bit older, he's in his 50s, I have to look at the integrity of the muscle tissue and where the tissue was the most tight. And it was a little bit deeper. The top muscle layers were a little bit flaccid. So nothing's really wrong with that, but it's just what I observed. So it's one reason why I went straight into scraping, just to loosen up muscle tissue from the chest to the shoulder, then moving into the bicep, the forearms. All that's going to play a role with how we can get this shoulder to release tension, because it's so seized up. Moving from the pec to the arms, the bicep, forearms. I do explain a little bit of how I'm really attacking certain muscle groups that play a role with communication, from forearm to rotator cuff muscles to the inner elbow to the shoulder to the actual shoulder, the scapula. Yeah. So the interesting thing, that pec minor, the short head of the bicep, and another muscle that's right on the inside of the elbow, the coracoid brachialis. All these three of these muscles go to the same point on the shoulder blade. So these guys have to do a little bit extra work. That's why you can still have the strength, but it doesn't allow the shoulder blade to move outward.
Right. Okay.
It keeps everything in.
That makes sense.
So we just need to relax these.
This is why I don't go to massage, because nobody's going to do this. You have to come to Vegas. There ain't nobody in Florida doing this, just so you know.
See how smooth that shoulder just turns now?
Yeah.
Just working in there.
Yeah, I don't ever have that flexibility. I can never get my arm to go like that.
Yeah. And it's funny how a shoulder can seize up just by tissue on the rib cage. Yeah. Not allowing it to. A lot of people will think the subscap or rotator cuff muscles, because of the internal external rotation it has, as a primary mover, but don't look at assisted muscle groups that help with it. So this is just going to break up any adhesions you have from the rib cage, intercostal, serratus to the lat, because we're eventually going to have to work on the lat.
I feel it in the shoulder too.
Yeah. Yeah, the serratus plays a vital role on the shoulder blade when it needs to glide. Knowing that yours is kind of stuck and it's not allowing it to glide, this guy's there's going to be more adhesions on that muscle. So you're going to feel it on the scapula. In turn, you're going to feel it up here in the shoulder.
Right.
Some people feel it right on the side delt. Some people feel it in the rear delt.
Right up here.
Yeah. So everybody's different, but
I've seen you work on Missy, so I don't want to make any more noise than she does.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm tougher than her.
a lot of people think that.
I know.
That girl's tough. Yeah,
I know she is, but that's the benchmark. I'm going to try to make less noise than Missy.
and this one we got to ride it all the way up to the shoulder. So
Okay.
yeah, see, that's where.
Yeah, when you got towards the top.
Yeah. And this is the muscle that isn't firing, so we're gonna do that a few more times, okay?
Yeah.
The constant steady pressure resets the motor neuron. So we're able to identify at what point of the muscle things just aren't firing well, and then it slowly kind of turns it back on again. So and we're looking to get the same muscle tone all the way through the belly where this is really tight and this isn't firing. So, and then just relax the elbow. Good, good, good.
So this happened almost like a domino effect, correct? Like I had one issue with one muscle and then it just dominoes as you start to compensate?
It could be as easy as that. Yeah, you hear that leather in there?
Yeah.
That's not good, man. That's not good. So it's okay though. It's okay. You're just living life, man.
I'm just living.
At least you got a 6-pack. At least you got that, bro. So you're
You
doing better than most of us. Good, good, good. It should get easier the closer we get up to the hill. Yeah. And relax. It's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I thought when people went for a massage, they like fall asleep. They feel
Come
great.
on, man. You ain't relaxed already? Oh, man.
I'm relaxed now. This is like triple drop sets on a hack squat for your arm.
Oh, man. Welcome to the torture room, bro. I just want to leave a long-lasting impression.
Yeah,
on
you
people. We will be doing this one more time, though.
All right.
And go.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Keep going. And relax.
I mean, my whole body tenses up. Like, you can't help it, you know? Just trying to relax that arm, but the rest of the body tenses up.
Man, catch your breath. Catch your breath. Man, what a day, huh? What a day.
What a day.
It's been a long day, huh?
Yeah, that's good enough.
Again, tight forearms is going to compromise how the rotator cuff muscles activate during movement. So knowing that they're pretty tight and your elbow is not flaring out, or at least looking right as you pose to the other one. So we want to get the tension to release off here. Okay. It's gonna set us up for the rotator cuff muscles.
Let my reaction change what you do, okay?
Yeah.
I want to get the full treatment.
Yeah, we have a zoom-in camera that just goes straight to your face. So
that's fine.
Okay,
I'm just saying, don't worry about me.
Even working along the neck, the main muscle I wanted to work on in the neck was the scaling muscles, and those muscles attached to ribs 1 and 2. And that's very crucial when we're doing abduction of the arm, because it's going to elevate, it's going to contract, so it's going to elevate ribs 1 and 2, which can cause an extreme imbalance. And if they get too tight, that posterior scaling can really fixate the scapula and not allow it to move. There, we call them scaling muscles, attaching to ribs 1 and 2, just lifting it up and knowing you have a flare on the rib cage, even though it's on that other side. All this side is still not activating. Well, we want good expansion of the rib cage.
Okay.
That gives good expansion to the shoulder joint. So all this is going to play a role in here. So right, big deep breath in. Good. and breathe out. So that's why I started him laying face up, and just to get the anterior portion of the body taken care of as much as possible. And that's going to allow the body to also relax enough so when we get him turned over face down and we have to work on the back, the muscles already know that, hey, other muscle groups that they communicate with are saying, hey, we're actually getting treatment today, and they'll be more adapt to actually start releasing a little bit easier. We're going to get you turned over. So stand up. Let's see how you're feeling. Just move your arms just straight up, just like this. Yeah.
Yeah, this right arm's coming back a lot more.
So the movement is good. Now what we're doing is getting for movement. Go ahead and look at yourself in the mirror. You got to start looking at yourself as you get into your front relax. Get into your front relax, just like as if you were posing. Things like that. And
the right's already coming out a lot more. I mean, right now I can see it a lot more.
So before we start flaring out the elbow, just do the shoulders.
Okay.
Hit a front double bicep. That movement looks a lot more even from all the way here. So, and we're going to start with the arms just strict forward right here.
Okay.
So as we get to turning him over, face down, I start in the low back, kind of mid to low back. Paraspinal muscles there were really tight. It's something that I also noticed when I was watching him pose when he had walked in. All this is doing so much extra work. That's why it's popping out. A lot of people might think this is just very developed muscle tissue. No, it's stressed out tissue. This guy's trying to keep up. That's why it's flickering like this. Again, this is just not responding. This is very flaccid tissue where it should be pretty dense like this. All right, bring it down. Even that tricep is struggling. One thing people just don't seem to understand sometimes is when you can't do any forward flexion, lateral flexion, or even just your basic, relaxed front position, you're moving that arm away from the body. The iliocostalis muscle, it's one of the paraspinal muscles. It does play a role in stability with that shoulder socket. So, and the shoulder blade. So we worked it there. That was actually able to relax pretty fast. And I love that because that lets me know that he has very healthy muscle tissue. And as you can see in the video, he's pretty lean. Guy has muscles like crazy. So, he's very on top of his nutrition, his vitamins, supplement intake. And this is why I can't stress enough, like recovery, and why I try to tell all the clients I work with, even getting tissue work is a plus. It could be any kind of recovery, like saunas, yoga, cold therapy, chiropractic care, but you need to take care of the body, because if you only reach out to people like us when things are really messed up, oh man, it can really be bad. And you guys want to get right back into the gym right away. So, but we did notice the culprit out of this whole thing was the levator scapula, and that's right underneath the upper trap. And a lot of people think they might have a trap issue when sometimes it can be, but for this case, it was one muscle deep called the levator. It was so knotted up, it was locked up, and that's the opposing muscle to the anterior serratus muscle. That's right on the rib cage, and we did work on that when he was face up, and we did a little bit while he was face down. That's a very crucial area to work on, very sensitive, but it can open up the shoulder joint that much easier. But in turn, it can lock up the shoulder and fixate that scapula if that tissue isn't pliable. So that levator scapula underneath the trap I think was the culprit to this whole thing. Once we were able to break open those adhesions, get pliability in that muscle group, we were able to get down just along that border of the shoulder blade and start pulling everything out and get more extension out of that shoulder.
A lot of bodybuilders out there.
And you can see that when I decide to work on the subscap, working underneath the shoulder blade. And every time I get in there, at the end, I pull that arm out just to get more extension of that shoulder, just so that scapula can remember that it can move outward just a little bit more. So when he hits his front relaxed position, he looks a little bit better. And this was a very successful session. I gave him a lot of ideas, a lot of tips, a lot of questions to ask when he's going to go vet for a massage therapist in his area over in Florida. Oh yeah. All right, let's stand up. Let's see how you feel it. All right. Let's stand up over on this side, so just symmetrical at the same time. But right now, just basic movements. Just put your arms out like a T. All right. Now, can you just go all the way up just like this? Put your hands together. Yeah. All right. And then bring them back down. So, hit like a front double bicep. This isn't hiked up anymore.
I know, that's a lot better.
This shoulder was lifted way up here, but we got good lat spread here. We got to get this arm to keep moving out. So we still got some work to do, and we got to relax this side now.
Okay.
So, but this is way different than what we had, because if you want to see what we had on you earlier, what you showed me,
very beginning.
Yeah.
Right. Totally different.
That's how
we started.
Yeah, with that shoulder hiked up there. And now, when you slowly get into your front relax and visualize yourself getting in there, both of them, and we still need to get things to flare out more. And then bring the chest up a little bit. Perfect, bring the chest up. See how you got good rib cage flare now?
Yeah.
Try to bring this elbow to pop out just a little bit more. You see how this one is like at an angle like this? Try to get the same with this one. So we corrected that shoulder imbalance. The muscle tissue still needs to flare, but there's density in this lat now.
Yeah, there is.
So,
and the shoulders look a ton better. The shoulders is what really made it look bad.
Yeah, that was an eyesore.
Yeah.
From your front relax, just getting to a front relax, right there, boom, and then from there, remember, bring up the chest for about. See that? That looks really nice. You even got a good lat right there.
Yeah.
From here, get into your front double bicep. See how more even it looks?
Yeah.
Just from there.
Definitely.
So you're gonna have to keep practicing on the just like relaxed pose, but we still need to attack this side. We need to relax this side. This side we need correction. This side we need to relax because it's doing a lot of the work.
Right.
So, and I think we're gonna see another difference after tomorrow's session, because we only wanted to correct the shoulder.
Right.
And that's what we did. We were able to at least get things to just move a little bit properly. And when this happens, it kind of knocks everything off of alignment a little bit. So you're going to have to practice it over and over again. And you're going to have to keep stretching out the shoulders by bringing them just straight up all the way through. So, but yeah. So, yeah. But other than that, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Other than that, yeah, everything's, I think this was a successful first session.
I think it was an awesome.
So we saw good improvement there.
Yeah, good.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Hell yeah, man.
I could tell the big difference in the mirror, which is good because that lat's never come out like that.
No, it was just flaccid. It just wasn't even firing.
Yeah.
We got the tissue to expand and fire a little bit. There still needs to be some more cleaning out that's a lot deeper.
Right.
So that's why I say try to find somebody who does dry needling, or at least work with the newbie.
Okay.
See it, but I would say dry needling first.
So the lat muscle's there. It's just got to come out.
Oh yeah, it's there.
Okay.
It's there. And but so many other muscles are doing so much of the work because that wasn't firing. But now we're noticing that this side has been overworking so much.
Right.
Because even when you stand just naturally, you see how there's this big gap right here, and this is just right here.
Right.
See this big gap? You've compensated on how to just stand as well. So you pop that elbow out and that rib flare, you look 80% better than you did in the picture. because now the muscles can move that way, and now we can get them to keep moving that way, especially as you train, especially as you stretch, and make sure you do some dynamic stretches just to keep it going out there and control your breathing when you do that.
Okay.
But tomorrow we're still going to hit this, but we're definitely going to hit both sides just to relax this up just a little bit more.
Good.
Dude.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome work, bro.
Yeah, that was
Awesome
good.
work. Yeah.
It was a lot of work.
It was a
lot of work for you. A lot of pain for me. I didn't want to be a wimp though.
But I'm telling you, it's like there's you're not a lost cause, man. There's hope.
All right,
this is definitely correctable.
Yeah.
You know, if we had the whole week, you know, to get 3 to 5 sessions, dude, it would be 90 there. But we only have a small time frame.
Right.
And if we can unlock it and get you on the path to go in the right direction,
That's right.
anybody you choose back home should at least see you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. Say, let's just keep stretching that open.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
Awesome.
And we still have another session for tomorrow. Boom. Last words you want to say?
I appreciate you.
Man, that's the nicest thing anybody has said to me, that they after me torturing them.
I appreciate it. It's worth it.
Great working with you today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. If you want to contact me directly, you can contact me on my Instagram page. I'll put the link right here. It's torture_room. Boom. You can always drop me a DM.